Oh, oh my god. I forgot to remove the yeah, the card, the overlay for this session. So, hey, how are you? I'm so glad to be back. I know it's only been 4 hours since my last stream, but a lot of things happen. I don't know what time is it for you, but for me it's 10, so I'm almost ready to go to bed. I just want to finish with a great and quick project. And what greater than Pokemon? I am a big Pokemon fan, not so much of the latest generations. I have to admit, I'm an old man, so I really enjoyed watching as a kid. But Kanto and the first generations of the Pokemons, I think I missed track on the fifth one. Uh, my favorite game since now the so far it's been the one that was a remaster from the previous. I think now they released a new remaster of that. Uh, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. The remasterization of that had another name. I can't remember. And the originals ones, I'm not too sure either. But there's the ones with Lugia and Ho Ho with the main characters. I can't remember yet, but but hey, I bought myself a new Pokemon game recently, so I am planning to uh, play more and keep up with the Pokemon agenda these days. Yeah, so I also like to please ask you to let me know here in the comment sections if anything's wrong with the stream, with my video, my microphone, and stuff. I put some headphones, so I test like the voice level, sound level of it before we started. I hope that's fine. Um, so, what's the intention of this session? It's just to create a pokedex using one API that's very popular, and I think it's going to be a very funny activity, right? So let me start sharing my screen, and you will see one thing. That is, well, first I want to share the GitHub URL where you can find the project, the full code we generate. I'm going to push this at the end of the session. Also, I almost forgot every time to share this stream. No, this one's not this one. Yeah, sorry, the check-in link for you. Please don't forget to check in so you can get your community points. Perfect. And let's start checking the Poke API, right? We covered these on the introduction to REST session I had before. Let's make this bigger. I think it's big enough. But some things to remark here. This is a very well documented and public API you can access to create, how to say this, projects for you to develop your skills, right? So if you're starting in the development world and you want to build a great portfolio so you can share and prove that you can do or take the ability to build complicated stuff with more complicated data managing, where this project is just ideal for you. I recently checked some curriculums on people who was starting in this world, and in paper they have great skills, but they're missing like the projects to prove that, of course. So, well, creating projects like this can benefit a lot your portfolios. That's the main intention of this session, right? So let's let's start inspecting and let's start coding because it's going to take us the whole 2 hours of this probably. I hope less, but a lot of time to make this looks and feel how I want it to. So the Pokemon data you will never need in just one place. It's accessible through a modern, free, open source RESTful API. We can check the docs. Actually, I'm opening them in a side now, and here's an example of what we can do. We can try with the base URL. We cannot change the Pokemon and the name of the Pokemon. Need a hint? Try with Pokemon species, type with type, abilities, or Pokemon limits. We have pagination, for example. That's another thing that's great of this. Direct results, blah blah blah. And the answer of this, of course, tells us a lot of information. The abilities it has, the cry, it's a sound they make, like the Pokemons when they appear on the video games, they make a specific sound. It is not the name like Dito 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 Dito, you know, like in the anime, but the ones who played video games will understand more about this cry. The forums, the name, the URL of that, the game indices, what else? The items and moves, past abilities, species, the sprites, so we can see the back, front, default, the image of the Pokemon. This is the one. So you remember Ditto, right? The Pokemon who can transform to any other Pokemon. Um, well, and so on. We can see the raw JSON of that. Um, well, um, let's move then to the documentation. I'm going to share this link as well. And here you have it. Also, I know you're not so uh, very active on comments at these hours, but again, if you want to tell me something, I'll be aware of the comment section. I have it here. If you're using version 1 of this API, please switch to version 2, blah, blah, blah. Quick tick, use your browser find on-page feature to search for specific features. Transformation. No, sorry, information. I don't know why I read transformation. This is a consumption-only API. Only the HTTP GET method is available in the resources. As difference of the JSON placeholder, for example, we test that on the intro to RESTful APIs. Um, we cannot mock any put, get, delete, etc., or like in our previous session that we created ourselves or RESTful APIs, and that affect directly the data, right? Because we were connecting to our own database. In this case, this is a get only available resource, so we cannot do any other method for this. So no authentication is required. It's a public API, blah blah blah. For use policy, yeah, Poke API free and versus to use. It's very popular because of this. We ask everybody to avoid by our fair policy. People not complying with the fair policy will leave the API address permanently banned. Um, Local share resource whenever you request them. Be nice and friendly to your fellow Poke API developers. If you spot security vulnerabilities, report them. Blah blah blah. They have a Slack community. They have library wrappers. So let's inspect some of these. Node server side with auto catching, Pokemon Promise, blah blah blah. Browser side without auto catching. This is the one we could check. Maintainer. This is the name of the maintainer. A Poke API wrapper intended for browse only comes fully asynchronous with local forage and building cache. Offers also image catching through the inclusion of service worker for Node server side wrapper C, blah blah blah. Maybe we're not using this. I don't think we will need this. Yeah, I'll leave that open just to check that later. Resource list, pagination, IP, endpoint, calling API endpoint without a resource ID or name will return in a paginated list of available resources. Unnamed endpoint, berries. So the resources we have the berries. That's like little fruits you could give to your Pokemons. We have like contests. Um, this one I need to understand more what they are. Categories judges use to weight the Pokemon condition in Pokemon contest. Check out Bulbapedia for a greater detail. Uh, wow. Okay, that's yeah, that's a thing. I don't think we will add to our simple pokedex, right? So no worries. Encounters, methods by which the player might can encounter Pokemon in the wild. Okay, no then. Evolution chain. The evolution chains are essentially family trees where they start in the lowest stage with a family and detailed evolution conditions for each Pokemon. Yeah, no one. Games, all the games in generation. Pokédexes, versions, now items, locations, machines, moves, and the Pokémons. So this probably is the one we will be focusing more. Inside the Pokémons itself, we have abilities, characteristics, egg groups, genders, growth rates, natures. I don't know what this is. Pokemon, the Pokemon itself, location area, colors, forms, habitats, shapes, species, stats, and types. So let's focus on the Pokemons. The Pokemons will have an ID, a name, the name of the resorts, the base experience gained from defeating this Pokemon, the hate, if it's default, the order of sorting, the weight of the Pokemon, some of the abilities, the forms, but what information do we need? That's a great question. And for that, we probably better look for a Pokédex, an existing one, right? We need inspiration on this. So there is a page called Pokemon.org, sorry, Pokemon.com. I don't know if this is the official one, but that's interesting. And here we have a Pokédex. So if you remember like the anime and stuff, how this worked, it's that Ash or the main character saw a Pokemon, so he opened his Pokédex, scanned it, and the Pokédex gave him information about the Pokemon. So let's take one. Uh, Pikachu. Uh, P- oh yeah, it's with K. Pikachu. So we can see what Pikachu has. We have two versions. I don't know why. Hmm. This description, I'm not sure why it changes. But hey, we have two versions. Oh, it's in Spanish. Let me see if I can change that. Else, we're gonna switch to the document page. Maybe in English. Oh no. Hmm. Well, I'm guessing it's based on location. But don't worry. Let's okay. Yeah, Pikachu, Bulbasaur. well, Ivysaur, which is the second evolution. Here again, we have two versions. Let's look then for the description. In the Pokemon, we have a name, base, weight, abilities, moves, sprites, cries, species, stats, type, but we don't have a description. Ability, Pokemon type, Pokemon form type, Pokemon ability past, Pokemon health item, health version, move version, stat, sprites, cries. Hmm. Yeah, we don't have a description of the Pokemon. So how could we get this? There should be a good database for that. Abilities, characteristics. Which data contains Pokemon highest possible values? Hmm. No, not that either. The Pokemon stats, maybe? No, Pokemon stats. Ooh, yeah, no. Well, we can pass from the description here, but we should have the information about. Oh, sorry. We should have the information that's required. That's required for creating this. Height. Okay, we have that here. Type, weight, yeah, abilities. Well, we could create our own version of the Pokédex. I mean, not fully this, but somehow any description that we can find in the existing database. This says hi, hi. So let's start with that. Also, in Pokédex, let's find inspiration for these details. So maybe something like this will be great. Yeah. So let's try to replicate this, right? So for doing this, I'm going to open the project. I'm going to call an index.js. No, HTML. One called styles.css and the app.js. And here I'm going to make this bigger. Um, I think that should be big enough, right? Maybe that too big here. That works fine. So I'm going to open Copilot. Okay, I'm going to make this even bigger. And I'm going to say I'm creating a Pokédex. Let's or help me create the base styles for that using the style.css file and yeah, just like that. And just let me give the folder as context. Yeah, nice. Hi, Alberto says Green Eye 360K creation. Hi, thanks for joining. So, let's start with general pokedex. So let's inspect what's happening here. A general reset of the styles, the body, some header styles. Let's see if the background color matches what we want. Probably yes, it's just red. The color of this will be better at white. Text align the center, some paddings, front, height, tense transform, focus shadow. The Pokédex itself, it has this. So let's see how the palette aims to replicate that. So, okay, I'm going to say let's structure the HTML then. And let's wait for that. Then we can make the adjustments. Okay, perfect. Um, Now let's open this. Okay, that's it's fair. It's not what we wanted. We wanted something like this. I repeat, but let's make ourselves the adjustments. Okay, we have the header. Yeah, this is eh, done right. Script. So Pokédex is fine. Let's remove the header. In this case, I don't want a header. Uh, so I'm going to create, yeah, I'm going to create that from scratch. I didn't like what Copilot was suggesting. Let's create a section. Oh my god. And inside this, I am going to create, let me picture this in my head. Hmm. 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 I wonder if we could do something better. That's probably in GitHub. Type, find some inspiration. CSS, JS develop pokedex. Oh, no. Uh, let's restrict that to just CSS main repository and repositories. Let's match. Here, Hmm. I don't know. Let's make a Google then. I want to see the final product. Okay, this one, no. I want like the, yeah, I want the effect. What's this? Yeah, I want something like this. Something like this, something like this. Do we have the code for this? No, I don't think we have it. Well, maybe we do have it. Is there a repo or something like this? Git? Oh, no. Oh my god. Um, then we have styles, class name, pokedex, pokedex left. Okay, here, here, but no styles for this. Oh, what a shame. Was something I I lacked. This was what I was looking for. Uh, but yeah, it's a shame we don't have that. Uh, uh, oh, all of them are so terrible. I am wondering why. Well, it's up to us then. Mhm. So I'm trying to replicate this. I'm going to create a section of this. I'm going to say ID of Pokédex. Then the whole body. I want it to be. Let's remove all of this. This it's to have a min width of 320 pixels and a min height of 720 pixels, maybe. That I hope it works. Then inside this, I am going to create another section. Uh, Maybe one for this open and other one for this closed. So let's start with that. Um, what could be it? I'm going to say ID Pokemon. Well, we do have a header, and we need the div for the body, right? And probably instead of the list, well, I will say this body. And here I'm going to say, what will be the name for this? Hemorrhage and a crocodile. Hey, so, hey, thanks for being present in the comment section. Thank you so much also for joining. Um, Pokemon. No, this is going to be pokedex. Close or door. Mm, door. Yeah, I don't know. That's making sense. Um, these. It's going to be the ID Pokédex content. What happened there? Content. And I'm picturing this header, the content, the door. Okay. Um, okay. Let's start checking how that looks. I'm going to set up background color of. I have a tool for that, color select. Let's inspect it. No, that was terrible. Color picker. Okay, this is the color. Um, and for the Pokédex, header, the color, it's different. No, sorry, for the Pokédex body. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. Let's return to this. Let's refresh. And let's start inspecting to see how this looks. So I have the section. Huh. Apparently it's not taking the styles. Oh, because this is RDs. Oh my god. Of course. So this is mean and hate. The next step will say width directly. And let's check, for example, these. I like these proportions. So this is around 300 and 200. So let's change that. Actually, this is 320 and this is 200, right? So let's refresh that. Oh yeah, and this was not mean. Maybe because the page is scaled. Sorry. Oh yeah, makes a lot of sense. 280 and 430. Let's make this so 220 and it was 400. What? 37. I give that 40 more and 40 more will be 470. Oh, okay. Like looks nice. I mean, I like it. I like it. Can I make a little this proportion? So yeah, will work. And the pokedex have some shapes here. Oh my god, I don't want to open it. Sorry. Yeah, the radius here. It's 0, 0, 20 pixels and 20 pixels. Oh, I missed. Oh my god. It's the opposite completely. Well, that's a weird question. How this looks closed like this? Yeah, it has round borders, all of it. So yeah, well, this was the first pokedex. It's amazing. Um, but yeah, basing ourselves in this doesn't look rounded. Mm, great question. I'm not sure. I think that's up to us now to decide. Well, I'm sticking with this since I'm liking this a lot. So yeah, decision is made. This is going to be like that. Also, the body element, it's going to be, well, oh no, here. I'm going to put all of these inside here. And the main, yeah, like that. Let's refresh. Perfect. So I have this now. Let's take a look to how the Pokedex doors look like. So I have the section for this pokedex, the full pokedex, but inside lives the header and the body. I'm going to make the pokedex display flex. And these, it's going to be just a header, height 20%, width the 100% of it, and the body is going to be then same width 100%, and the height of the 80%. And the direction of this is going to be a column. Nice. So we have that. I like that style, so let's pass it to here. Display flex for having flex direction column. Then the pokedex header, it's going to be what we said, with 100%, height 20%, and here instead of the color with 100%, height 80%. Let's refresh, and we have the same. That's perfect. So let's make these curves here. I'm not sure how to do that. Actually, that can be tricky. So let's find out how we can do that. I'm going to do two. I am guessing one here for this. Oh, I am truly not sure how to do this. I'm curious now. Maybe a good approach will be creating. Okay, let's do one thing first. I want to add a listener in our app that's document dot add event listener for, well, no, that let's do one thing. um, let's say pokedex, and this is document dot get element by ID, the pokedex. Then the pokedex dot add event listener, click and say alert. You click the pokedex. That's it. Let's see if this works. Let's refresh the page for that. Okay, you click the pokedex. That's perfect. Here also, I want to say pokedex that, and I'm going to say tuple attribute. Well, not tuple attribute. So I'm not sure if remove append Arial attach internal attributes timeline attributes blur child node focus hidden undrop. Good question. Remove child previews on transition. Inner HTML, inner text. It forces its no. Yeah, this one open. So this it's saying just the ID, accept, and now it is open. No. I'm missing something. So this is the pokedex. Add a paint child a little more. Instead, okay. Let's ask about it for that. Let's do Google here. Class list. Oh yeah, class list tuple open. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, thank you, Copilot. So if this is what I want, here should appear. Open and close. That's perfect. I can remove this alert. Thank you so much. And now, when it is open, the pokedex header the door, then const pokedex door. So every time we click this, the pokedex stored class list, it's open. So this means inside the body, the pokedex door and open will say transform rotate 3D 90 degrees, transform origin left, and with that transition. Let's check if this is what we want. Okay, we have the body open door, it's toggled correctly, but when this is opened, okay, this is the door, right? So transition, Oh. Transition transform. No. Okay. Pokedex body. Yeah. Okay. Let's do one thing just to test this is working as I wanted to. Background color. Just to see. Let's refresh. Let's see the door. Okay, it doesn't have the background color aqua. So, oh, maybe, yeah, it's the problem wasn't that. The problem is that we're applying the styles to the body, but not this. Huh, yeah, that's fair. Um, the hashtag pokedex. Pokedex door. It's oh well, actually, this is interesting because I want it to be full width and full height. Um, I don't want this here. Full width and full height. The color should be the first one. Yes. I don't have for the radius. Okay, for the moment, let's hide this and let's see. Okay, we have the door. We have the height. The problem is the body. And here, the body should be display flex and justify content. No, sorry. Flex direction column. So now this door it's full height and full width should be yeah it's 0. I don't know why it's 0 in the padding. Door and content. This one's here. This one's here. Read and hate. Read and hate. Read 100%. Why it's not taking that? Hate 100%. Still it's not taking that. Maybe it's about the content because it has no content. But it shouldn't have, right? Well, when it's closed, it shouldn't have. Yes. Let's edit as HTML. Test. And let's save that. Style with height. And it has content now, but still it's not showing anything. Okay, let's refresh that. let's just do, oh wait, yeah, that was the rotate. It's rotated. Why it's not rotating now? Okay, let's inspect in devdocs.io the rotate function. Okay, what I want, rotate 3D. It's supposed to be support on Firefox, so I'm guessing that's not the problem. 111. So we can rotate 0, 19 degrees. Okay, this is not what we want. And yeah, that's not what we want directly. Oh, also, um, okay, what I want here, it's maybe the body, the door, to take position, absolute, relative. And I don't want that to rotate as this or like this. I want that to rotate like this. I want it to rotate 0. Okay, here it's in 0, so I'm guessing x theta y c. This is going to be 0, 0, and 90 degrees. So from here to this is exactly what I want. but this is 180 degrees. And yeah, instead of doing that, transform origin. Yeah, I don't want this to be the same one. Maybe I need to combine that with saying, okay, let's experiment here then. Rotate 3D, 0 and 100 at 80. But then on right. Perfect. That's what I wanted. So, what I am just missing here, it's maybe the degrees. I want you to take more time. Let's do that 10 seconds. Okay, that's amazing. Now, yeah, I don't want aqua anymore. I want. Okay, this is a great question. If I remove this here and I say like 180, and this is right, and for the rest, I think that was it. Oh yeah, I just need to uh, change the one inside here, and for that, I'm missing here. Let's keep that 3 seconds. Perfect. Maybe 1.2, it's better. It's opened. Just got my rejection email from the Mailly Hacking Fellowship. It's route after. Hey, don't you worry, buddy. I really recommend you to keep pushing. Try to do this. Uh, you're great. I'm sure about that. The matter is just there are so many people trying to achieve this, and don't feel bad about it. You will do great. Keep polishing your abilities, and even if there's no in the Merely Hacking Fellowship, you will find an amazing opportunity for you out there. Yeah, no worries. If I had to be honest, I haven't done a single internship in my life, but that was my decision. So I'm sure you can handle everything you purpose to achieve. Um Great. So let's continue with this. Um, we have it right now, but I want to change the motion instead of being a bit close. Just the one for this. it's going to be pocket door open, and this one is going to be pokedex door closed. Perfect. And in app, first I also would like to add the buttons in the header. So this is going to be span with the ID pokedex button. And here in styles, the pokedex header will have the pokedex button. Well, I think I should be more specific, right? Pokedex header button. Header button. This is going to be of this color. Great. Let's return background color like this with 20 pixels. Let's verify that. No, around 48 at least. Let's make it for 52. For the right is 50% and forward solid. Position absolute, no. This, no. And let's refresh to see how that looks. Hey, where are you so lonely up there? Oh, I'm sure because the header again display flags. In this case, I don't want to make that flex column. Yeah, much better. But now I need to center yourself. Probably I should allow just define content center. No, just define content flex start. Align item center. Aligned. Center. A padding of 50%, sorry, 50 pixels. Yeah, around 50. Yeah, it was not telling me which marking. Margin left. Also, I don't know what I liked items. Verify. Okay, I have the button, and I want to trigger the opening with the button. So app pokedoor pokedex init button pokedex um, header button. And for the pokedex init button, we're going to add the able listener, and when that's opened, we're going to remove ID. What was the ID? Pokedex still open. And well, now that we can say tuple between the ID and close. Okay, and here default will be close. And if we hit here and count exception, this is undefined. Why is that? Pokedex input. Is this the same? Yeah, I think it was the same. Let's add a console log just to see on the event. Okay, then let's inspect. This is closed. This is closed. Okay, yeah, nah, this is not changing because Pokedex door. I think I know what's happening. We're changing the ID, but here we're looking for the ID. So I know that doesn't make sense. Door closed. So door all have weight, color, and I just need to add the open and the close text here. And let's move this inside. We'll delete this. We can delete that also. And oh yeah, and in app we need to make the changes again. So to call between closed and open classes. Is closed? No, close. Okay, perfect. Am I missing something? I think I don't. Let's return this. Okay, right now this looks closed. Open. Okay, makes a lot of sense because I'm not giving any class for here. So class close. Great. So we have done right now. Um, the question I wanted to ask Apello was, how can I I give a style for the different faces of a 3D rotated object in CSS. Perspective adds depth to the 3D effect. Okay, let's first inspect here. So if it's opened or it's closed, I'm going to add something called perspective. And perspective should have values for 100 pixels, for example. And what else? Transform style. Okay. Oh, but this is in the pocket or not indeed. Okay, sorry. And perspective of 1,000 pixels. I don't know why. Add step to the 3D effect, to the rotation, front face, pocket.front, put it back. Right, left, top, bottom, transfer. Okay, I think I know what's happening here. Front, back, and how the HTML for that looks like. We have front, back, left, and right class. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's add the back and front ones here. And let's add those front, door, perspective. These ones here. Pocket door. I can get rid of this, The front says things like this. front face. Do I want this? I'm not sure. Position absolute with height, background colors, back face visibility hidden, transform, rotate, scale. Okay, interesting. And I also don't want this to be that much, so I'm just giving 1 pixel. Um, right, top, left, off. I don't want them either bottom. Explanation. Okay. HTML structure. I have the front and back. Okay. What else? You can toggle between the open and closed stage by applying a transform rotate. Okay, so I can delete just this. Let's see how that works. Oh, huh. Interesting. But I fear we're missing the origin. So I'm probably keeping that. And let's see. That's what I wanted. That's perfect. Okay. First, I realize I'm keeping the click depend, so um, I'll delete that just as quickly as this. Make these styles. I probably need to fix some things here wrong. So let's start experimenting with this. So we have the back. Here's no showing. If I show the front, I think front face is hidden here. Why is that? Front is position absolute with a height, with a blah blah blah. Back face visibility hidden. Rotate 0. Translate 1 pixel. Is this something I want? Let's just comment that for a second. And let's see how that behaves. Okay, that's the back face. And that's the front face. Back face. Front. Front. Visibility. Maybe hidden. And if this is open, so I'm not catching this. If I have the back with the visibility hidden one, what do I get? The front face. Yeah. Maybe not for the position. The front, not position. Oh, I get why is that then. Oh. I'm something curious that's happening here with the transformations. I'm wondering. Okay, let's refresh that. I have the back face and the front face, right? So both transforms are commented. Here, if I comment the front one, I do get it. So let's comment that. Oh, I never get the front face. Actually, now I'm noticing. So if I uncomment it, but if I uncomment the one, the problem is that I don't get the making that hidden. Okay, I probably need to hurry with other things more important than this, but hey, that just annoys me a lot. Okay. Maybe I can do this. No, let's see. Oh, that's perfect. Except that. Okay, no, that, yeah, that's perfect. Don't worry. can delete this and get rid of the comments because that's not things we want, right? Transform from blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. In our index, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. And let's start then creating this layout, and let's hurry about that. Huh. Well, actually, oh, we're going to make use of this to set the search bar. Something like this. Yeah, I like. Um, okay, okay. Content. Div Pokemon. Div with ID. Pokemon. Pokemon. Image. And image. Then div the pokedex search. Actually, this should be more like an input. Div ID pokedex pagination, and inside these ones, let's say page number. Yeah. Okay. Uh, let's see how that looks like. Okay, I don't know why it's outside, but we can find Pokemon content. It's out the Pokemon door, Pokemon body. What? But the Pokemon body is all that, right? And the Pokemon door, it's just a small part of it. Header, body, door. Well, maybe it's because it's display of another one. No. Position, absolute, fix, inherit. Okay, no, neither that. This should this one be? That's display flex. Yeah. Okay. Flex direction column. And this should be position absolute, relative, position, relative, static, set, absolute. No. How I fix this? That's a great question. Huh. If this takes all the space, and this, so on, and this should be the one with this position. The display will be the same. Column, same as this. The width, it's going to be 100%. This one's the one that's going to be changed. This is the one with position absolute. Set index 0. And I probably need to increase the zeta index of the others. So what's that? The pokedex content, right? So we have the pokedex body. Inside the pokedex body, we have the pokedex store and the pokedex content. So pokedex store, we will close that, and then we have the pokedex content position, that's absolute 2, set a index of 1, same with the back, set an index of 1, and here the set a index is going to be 0. Oh well, we hate that. Right now, I just don't want that. What? Well, we had the Pokemon context and the position absolute. What we're missing of what we are under? Or maybe these. The Pokemon body should be display flags, right? Okay, yeah. And I see else that these front and back make it 1,000. 100. this is just one. Okay, let me recall how that worked. Set the index auto 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7. It's on top of that. Auto. So integer values. But that's not the case, is it? The case is that I'm missing back face visibility hidden. Maybe the body should be display flex of flex direction column. Okay, this it's the problem cure the problem. You have the content to my left 2, so it's higher, should be at the top. Okay, it's not. Content with the 100%. Oh, maybe there is no absolute, but relative or fixed. Okay, we can call how positions. Static, relative. So, well, yeah, I probably be better with the relative. Normal flow, according to the normal flow, it's removed from the normal flow. Fixed, it's removed. Okay. Well, that's a problem. That better absolute. And I can repeat the width. Well, 20. Wow, but the problem still is that SETA indexing this the content. -1. Okay, I'm running out of time here. So I am going to do some decisions that is well, what can we do? Eh? We have the problem of this layover. We can face that in the pagination, in the clean content, saying we can add like visibility here in all case. Okay. For the rotation, the thing on the back of the well, I want to test something. Back face visibility, back face visibility. How it looks like here. No. No neither. No. For the rotation, the thing on the back of the door still shows when the door is closed. What can I do? So let's return this to how it was. Transformed style, preserved GED, pocket door, transition. The pocket door position can be relative, so that's another interesting thing. Position relative. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. We were just messing out with that. Oh no! Oh no! Or it shows, or it not shows at all. But what happened? Absolute position relative. This to a theta index of 2. The back of theta index 1. Well, the thing that still shows is not the back part of the door. I mean the pokedex content. The door should hide. Do I have any other session coming up? Let me just check quickly. Yeah, well, we can end this a little later, but I'll do my best to finish as soon as I can. Pokedex store. Okay. To ensure Pokedex store has these tiles. Yeah, position relative, transform, overflow hidden. Um, yeah, I don't know. Nope, that was not it. Absolute set index, back visibility, transform, Pokedex content. Hmm. No, it didn't work. Okay, let's make sure that we have this done. The Pokédex content uh, saves in absolute, theta zeros in the index, and opacity. Yeah, Is there no other way? Let's see if that works. I mean, I didn't like this. But hey. Pokedex door closed. Pokedex content. Yep. Well, the problem is that this should last at least the same. And why don't we add the same? Is in out, is in out. Click path. Is in out 1.5, 1.2, maybe higher. I'm probably being soft on the effect here. Let's remove the effect. Wow. Is in out. Maybe I'm giving more seconds here. What? No, you know what? I'm not liking this. I should prefer the opacity. And of course, here we change opacity. And that will give us the result. Yeah, something like that. Now, finish setting well, now for the ages. Just let's do this really quick. Okay, perfect. Index button, index store, index content. Okay, let's copy this, select all this here. Okay, pokedex content should look like this. And finally, styles. Let's see. Let's see. Really quick. Let's refresh. Oh no, I have a lot of the Pokemons here. Uh, next. Okay. That context. The open editors. Just one Pokemon at the time. Start with the one. Okay. Okay, don't have next. I just need to correct the styles. refresh this. Okay, nice. Nicely done. Oh, and I just need to correct the height. Huh. Pokemon stores the content. The height also. It's not going to be this. Content. I'm going to add this width of 220 pixels, the height of 200 pixels, and padding of 20 pixels, 10. Okay, this then is going to be 300. And this is going to be our margin. And the height is going to be 250 pixels. Nice. So, really nice first part of this. Let's finish with these little changes on the pokedex content. And well, if we refresh, that's what we accomplish during this session. Thank you so much for being here, staying that late with me, and I'll be pushing this code to our GitHub, the one I previously shared, and that'll be it. If you have any questions, the time is up to for us, but let's keep the chat in Discord, right? So thank you so much, and thanks for joining. I hope we can take another time into future sessions to polish a little bit more this. But hey, it was a great and interesting exercise, and you can continue from here. And I hope you learned something during the session. So thank you so much, and see you around. Bye.